Let's go. It's Friday. Alts are pumping. Apparently we're having a mini altcoin season. Unfortunately, not any of your alts, it seems. I'm sorry, not all alts, but not your coin. We're going to look at those. We got quite a few running and a lot of older names. What is going on? Seems like everyone's tweeting about ZEC now that it's approaching 1,000. Where were they? Where were they all this time? What were they paying attention to? We have some really old names coming up with huge gains today. We're going to take a look at their charts. It's Friday, so we're going to do a little bit of vibe and a little bit of music here in a bit. Take some questions, take some requests. Just to start it off, we're not going to jump into this chart, but Filecoin, something I don't know if I've heard anyone talk about in years. Wow, that was a bad call back last year. Up about 100% today. We've got Near Protocol hitting 40%. Zcash again in the headlines with 34%. Ethereum Classic, come on headphones, there we go. Render Dot. A lot of you asking me if Dot was dead. It's trending now. Might have a little bit of extra life here. Litecoin, my favorite. Kaspa, WorldCoin, screw that. Cosmos, VeChain, IP, Aptos. We have a lot of runners seemingly out of nowhere. What is going on? This is a really good question. An excellent question. Last time we were live was Tuesday. We took a little break there because we hit a Monday stream and a Tuesday stream. Thanks for worrying about it. People are like, where's the stream? Is there no more streams? What's happening? We stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but we stream really whenever it gets spicy. And today it seems like the spice is coming. It seems like the spice is here. I thought it was going to be a boring Friday. I was wrong. Never underestimate crypto, man. I'll update you on the Ethereum long that we took live. I did take a little bit of profit on it, but it's still open, still wrong. We'll update that. A lot of these coins, even if they're not pumping here, looking much better than they have all week. You can see Bitcoin in the top left avoiding making a lower low, swerving that 98.9 ever so slightly here. Bulls giving it their last hurrah for the week, it seems. Ethereum actually faring better, holding its lows more strongly than Bitcoin, thankfully for my long, and turning back up to 3,400 right now. Some of you guys saw my tweet about Ethereum. It's like every month, every year, Ethereum is at 3,300, and that, I can't believe how much people like that tweet. Got like 500,000 views in like a day or two. Solana was looking like one of the worst, and it's pulling itself up as well here. A lot of charts looking like this, Bitcoin included. We see a fall down and potentially, bear flag or something like that. A not so favorable pattern of candles on the day, but we're not going to focus on that too much today. We're going to focus on the good stuff. We're going to focus on the things running. But this doesn't look unique. Bitcoin's in a similar scenario. What I am going to pay attention to right now is the higher low and the, for now, holding of support. We see that on Solana. We'll see that on Bitcoin. We'll probably see that on Ethereum as well. I haven't looked at all these yet. But yeah, that basically planting of support and holding onto it. It doesn't look great. I'm not, saying moon tomorrow, but with the altcoins running, we are seeing a rotation of capital, and perhaps that rotation of capital will be enough to spark some new capital flows, some bullish bounces, some bullish moves here, and maybe even to a little volatile weekend. So thank you for joining me on Friday, boys and girls. Welcome. How you doing? How you feeling? Real quick, if you haven't liked the stream yet, like the stream, hit that button, tap the screen, whatever platform you're on. Follow, subscribe. You can join us over at youtube.com/TomCrown. That's the main stream. We are on many platforms. We have viewers everywhere. Subscribe, follow, hype up the stream a little bit, put a message in chat, tell us how you're feeling. We got a poll going. I only have so much to talk about, and honestly, I'm just going to look at these charts, and then after that, I think we just vibe and listen to music, and maybe we'll all just pray that the bull gods have returned and that Upvember is going to pay off, because Uptober, Upcember, up January was a little bit of a disappointment. Hype it up, boys, hype it. These are that you are correct there, Lee. These are X-ray glasses, and I can see you naked, so I can't see it through your clothes. So point the camera or point your phone away from yourself if you don't want that. If you do, hello, wee baby, how you doing? Hey there, Honda Bunny. Okay. All right. Let's look at these top gainers. What the hell is going on here? We'll start with ZEC, simply because we have been following ZEC for quite some time. It is now every single tweet on crypto Twitter. Literally every account is tweeting about ZEC. And unfortunately, you know what that means. It means we have to be getting close to the top. We have to be getting close to the top. And what's interesting is we are getting or approaching very reasonably. This could happen like today or tomorrow. We are approaching the second target. We originally set out for 400. 400 hit, barely even pit stopped. And we said, okay, well, that is amazing. It's remarkable. Zcash has broken its 2021 cycle high, which means it has shed off a pattern we have seen in this space that has been concerning me for quite some time. Over the last few years, I've talked to you guys. I've told you this pattern of coins hitting cycle highs with the bull runs and then never returning to them in cycles afterwards. We see this like across the space. Was very concerning to me, mostly because I have a bunch of alt bags that I would like to sell at some point, but also because it kind of cast a dim future or shadow on the longevity of coins and like the future of them, and really not just my bags but everyone's bags ever being in profit, ever being able to get out of them or make some green on it. And this is a good start. ZEC breaking its 2021 high is something that we have not seen from most coins through this era. ZEC goes all the way back to 2016. It really, honestly, it looked worse than most coins for all of its existence until last month, October. It started incredibly high at numbers that just aren't realistic. On hit BTC it was 135k. Hit BTC though. I really need to make a new chart. But anyway, and it basically just set lower highs and lower lows throughout its existence. Retaking 2021's high, I think, is another piece, another log we can throw in the fire of our bullishness for different altcoins. Now, it isn't out of the woods, and this is where we were looking. All right, basically, long story. We're looking for 400 being 2021's high, and then the 2017-18 cycle high at 900. When we originally discussed this, I said, this is unlikely, in my opinion, to break. It's unlikely. I welcome the opportunity. I welcome the possibility, because I think that really does argue that other coins have some potential big futures. I don't think ZEC is going to be the last one in this cycle that we see pull something like this. Now remember the wind up or the warm up for this. Very few, if any, people were genuinely talking about or were excited about ZEC, honestly, since like 2017. This chart has had absolute capitulation. That likely was driven home back in July of 24 when it broke a new all-time low. This was already coming off the back of years of people being bearish. In fact, if you Google or look back in the internet, almost every single year, and even this year probably prior to October, the most comments about ZEC would be about ZEC being dead, about ZEC never rallying again, no, never getting into it. Ultimate capitulation. This is years of bearishness, all-time low. All the hands are out. That is a large factor, I believe, in what the rally we are seeing now. We also see players like Arthur Haynes and stuff, which may be pumping it, maybe the reason that we're really seeing this. There is a narrative of privacy going on, and I think that is worth exploring. So we're going to look at other privacy coins as well, and specifically ones that have existed through this time period and have a similar kind of setup. Meaning capitulation, really bag holders gone, ultimate despair, ultimate pain, and hopefully they'll rally. We'll do that in a little bit once we get through these. So 900, I'm getting off topic. 900 being the 2017 cycle high. This is where I have a take profit set. We talked about 400 being the first take profit, and we even talked about a potential hypothetical plan. Remember, nothing is financial advice, as I say. This is how I might approach it. How I commonly preach approaching coins is looking for major resistances and calculating pieces of your position to take profit on. I think we said something like, all right, if you potentially did 25% of your stack, say you have 100 ZEC or 10 ZEC, whatever, you'd put 25 for sale at 400, 25 at 900, maybe 50 if you are more aggressive, and then leaving that little moon bag for the possibility, for the FOMO, to fight the FOMO. If we see ZEC trade above 1,000, you have some of that position left. You're not as tempted to buy back in and get wrecked, which is exactly how this story always goes. You take profit early, you're all out, you see it go up, you buy back in, you buy the top, and you watch it go down. Don't be that person. Make your plan for all these coins we're about to look at, set it in motion, and basically forget it and be happy when they fill. So I have my take profit set at 900. 900. I think that is reasonable. We are really close to 900 now, trading at 740. This is like a 20% move. We are seeing every single crypto outlet talk about ZEC now. In my history, I have never seen that happen and something continue to rally for a long period of time. Typically, you get one more push. We talked about this for Bitcoin into the end of Q4. One more push that kind of cements the I knew I was right thing. People go all in and it's the top. It's hard to imagine it continue going, but 20% more sounds about right. It sounds FOMO driving. Oh, it's going to 1,000. It's going to break 1,000. It's going to 10,000, etc. 900 is where I have take profit set, and I think this is the right move. Now, maybe ZEC has a bright future, and I'm being pessimistic. I would love for ZEC to change my mind. That could be done by ZEC breaking through, maybe finding support at 900 and continuing on to a longer cycle, higher highs, holding these lows. We just haven't seen that in the space. Coins from 2017 and even from 21 tend to just continually set lower highs, and they just grind you down. They feel terrible. So change my mind, ZEC. Let's go. I am not all out if 900 is hit. If we continue going, I'm still going to have, I think I have about half of my ZEC for sale here. I had to go find it. That's how long that I've been holding this ZEC. I had to go find what wallet it was in. It took me hours, but I did. If we break 900, I mean, everything's on the table. Things get rather silly after that. We'd have to use maybe our fib tool, maybe connecting our previous cycle high to our low here. Man, I feel like that's so dangerous to be like 10,000. People are going to say Tom Crown said 10,000, so I went all in on leverage and I lost it all. I think I'll be a little bit more responsible. ZEC's market cap is not that large comparatively. It actually has a smaller supply than Bitcoin. I think it's 16 million versus 21. So it could reasonably trade to numbers that seem kind of irrational. I think what we'll do is we'll just use these psychological numbers. If we see 1,000 taken and there's just no slowing down, 5,000, 10,000, these are great targets to look for. They're just simply psychological numbers. They're easy to understand. They're easy to put in a sell order. We tend to see markets respond to them, right? I don't think it is worth getting excited about these yet. In fact, the only play that I would be looking for, maybe there's 2 or 3 that I could look for on ZEC, is there's potentially a high risk scalp where you would look for what, a long at the top blasting. You'd look for a long to close at like 900 for that 20% gain. It's possible. It's not my style of trading. I think that there is a potential short to be had at 900. Your stop loss going to be difficult. Going to be set probably above 1,000 and change. Might be a little greedy here to look for 400 on a move like this. There we go. Still get like a 2.5. I don't hate that. I think that could be done. Get like a 2.3 on the way up. There we go. I think those are the 2 logical trades. If neither of these are for you, and I can understand that, because you think, oh, it's too bullish, I want to go long, but I don't like this scalp. I think a proper entry would be a break and then a back test of that 900, like I said earlier. So that would be basically patience in action, waiting for that back test to go long. And yes, you would be going long higher than here, but you would be going, in my opinion, on a stronger foundation with a higher probability of success there. So this is the way I could see it traded. I don't really like any of them. If I had to pick one, I probably would take the short. Probably would look at the short, to be honest. So we are going to look at other privacy narrative type coins, but let's really quick go over. I just want to do a little gloat here, and perhaps perhaps another opportunity to take in a little bit of this market dynamic we're seeing. ICP we talked about on Tuesday while we were live. We watched it rally directly to 640 was the resistance we were looking for. It hit like 650. We had placed a short there during the live stream. It slapped. It slapped. If you guys, here's a good reason to follow me on Twitter and to be in our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. It's free. Jump in there. Sign up with any of our affiliate links in the video description. You'll get VIP roles there. Because I updated you guys on this trade and said, honestly, I would look to close this. The way the market is feeling, this was a great short, but the market just has energy, and I would close this position, and that was roughly at 520. I'll have to go back and find the exact price. But if anybody took this trade, hopefully you took profit, because our hunch was correct. ICP and the rest of the market has been showing some fire, blasting right through and heading almost directly again. So we had another short placed at 9. It didn't quite fill. 888. We had it at 898. It happens. Directly to resistance. Now, I don't know if I would take that short again at this point. Maybe looking higher at 1150. If anything, if you're looking for bullishness, perhaps the back test. Remember, resistance broken can become support, and we can look to take the other side of the trade at that same level if price comes back and shows a strength. So it'd be like 640 potentially looking for a long, maybe back to $9, maybe to 11. You're feeling a little better. Did want to do a little brag on it. We had some great trades on Tuesday. I don't want to focus too much on it, because what did I do for you today, right? We know you had great trades, Tom. Been doing this for 7 years. You've had some great trades and some terrible trades. But what have you done for us lately? That's the question. That's the real question. That's what I'm going to try to answer here in this episode. Actually, I don't know if I like 1150 here. I don't think I updated this. 1245 monthly close from November, December. I like that. This is a little worrying. So I don't think I even got to this in the intro today. It's a little worrying, and maybe that's the way it needs to be. But we're seeing a lot of this pattern. Yeah, I said, why are things rallying, right? What's going on with these big gains? On October 10th, on the sell-off, we had a extreme flushing of both leverage and of just order books in general. Alts crashed to all-time lows. Some basically went to zero. And in that scenario, you simply remove the resistance that's there. Sellers get out. Some sellers FOMO back in as price returns. They look to buy back in, adding buy pressure. And that explains a lot of what we're seeing here today, and really this entire week. Order books were crushed. ICP was down to like $1.70. Every stop loss that was ever set on this coin got hit. Market tanked to capitulation levels where buyers finally came back in, and perhaps some of them bought back in looking for that move up. While this is awesome, certainly if you had limit orders waiting and you were ready, locked and loaded, you probably made out like a bandit, like we preach here. Limit orders always, man, especially on spot altcoins. But this just reminds me, I have PTSD of this, I swear. It's like, it reminds me of every short squeeze ever that baited us back in one more time before letting us down. Not specific to ICP or anything, but a lot of coins with this same pattern flush out. There's just very little resistance above now, and so small amounts of volume push it up disproportionately, like disproportionate gains percentage-wise to volume or cost, and really market makers just driving up volume, right? Driving up FOMO, trying to get people in. You need to be careful with all these positions. Buying stuff on the way up is always hard. It's always a higher risk situation. I just have so many memories of like this pattern specifically, this kind of like harp shape, getting me to believe again and then wrecking me one more time. Okay. enough with that. Let's go to the other coins that are pumping like hell. What's up, boys? Let me read the chat for a sec. Let's see who's here. Let's go, Bitcoin. By the way, Bitcoin, if you could, just please go to like 105. It's 105.6. Just right here. It's not even a big ask. Just like right up here. Go to this number. A very special someone will be liquidated at that number again, continuing their liquidation streak. Hello, everyone. Hello. What's up, Permerind? What's up, bro? What's up, my friends? Who's here today? If you're here today, let me know. Bitcoin actually looking pretty good on the low time frame. Looking for higher highs potentially here. Ethereum, I think you could say the same for. XRP lagging a little bit, but still I'm liking the energy of the low time frames right now. There we go. What's up? 2N01 Cal, how you doing, bro? Ace of Hearts, Anderslund. What's up, brother? Happy Friday. AZ Marine, Baddie, Bones Jones, Bullish Mike, the first person in this live stream. First person in the live stream lobby, my guy. What's up, Cam? C. Chardo, Coden, Crown Edgator. Man, these channel tags are silly. Dare you to copy traded to Jules 187. Okay. Dave Kane, DCA and Prey, Dead Inside? Dead Inside. Del Boy. Digital Asset, Degen, Digital Orgy. I'm just reading the participants list. D-Lo Brown, what's up, brother? Dr. Eric B. Emma D. Cryptid. What's up, Emma? I feel like it's been a while since you've been in the chat. Welcome back. Flajuta Bus, Furry Inferno. Heavy Duty Charlie, Hybrid Gigs. I thought it was a good idea. Famous last words. Jennifer Moffat, how you doing, Jem? Jesse, Joe Potter, Johnny Crypto. We got a few people on a rather spicy or spicing Friday. It's getting spicier. Joseph Novik, JSAC, King Future, Leotur, subloading name shout out, Lounge Gaming, Mark Heiss, Matt Schmeed, Mr. Pooch, Pickle was here, Mike's Mind Didn't Matter, Mr. T, Moon Raccoon, Mr. J's D, Mr. Tweaky, Nimoy, Nirvana Republica. Wow, I think because I don't have these memorized like I kind of did before, it takes way longer. Or there's maybe just more of you today, I'm not sure. OU Surf, Nor, Owl Pacino, Permerind, Ral Gosto, Ray River, Shrinktech, Simon Boom. Keep going. If you're here, say hello. I'll shout you out. We got a lot of people. Skate Crow, Saucy, Sausoy, Steve Hickey, Sunny, Vasty, Sweezy, The Liquidator, Pickle. There he is. What's up, Pickle? Happy Friday, brother. Tim A, Tor Ador, Trickshots, Trinity, Verhoofty Floofen, X Supercar, Last Gambit, Yoga Frogs. What is up? I'm sure I missed a lot of people because as I go down the list, if your name alphabetically is earlier, you don't show up. What's up, CR? Hendrick, I see you. Ed, what's up, Ed? Hybrid Gigs, Joe Potter, I think I got that one. Owl, Low Boy, Foxy, there he is. Foxy, I was looking for you. Hey, man. Who else? If I miss you, I'm sorry. You can put something in the chat, I'll catch you. Decent Crypto, what's up, bro? I totally just zoned out. I was just reading. Oh, yeah, so those tags, this is new. Remember when we were worried about this? This is not crypto related. This is YouTube related. Remember we were worried about this? 500 votes. Keep the votes coming. We were worried. I was like, we have a curse. It's like it's showing these ats now. It's not showing your username. And now every channel has it, or at least almost all the channels have it. So we were just early. Cool. Reminder for you guys. You can change that. So that is called your channel tag. If I'll put something in chat, you'll see mine is at Tom Crown. That's because I have the tag at Tom Crown, but my channel name is also Tom Crown. If you want to change yours, it's really easy. Just click on your profile and basically go to like edit. I think it's like edit your channel, edit your account. And it's like your handle. Just change that. You should do it before, because everyone is now going to have to use these in live streams. You should do it before everybody else does, so you can get your name. So you're not Tom Crown 69 700 1995. But you can change it to something a little bit more digestible. You just go in there and edit it. I think it changes right away. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you? You're welcome. You're welcome. Last couple of weeks. Tried to do that, but someone else got quicker. Yeah. So the reason that, really quick, and we'll get back right to crypto. The reason that they did this change, I at first hated it. I still kind of hate it, but over time it won't matter as much. The reason they did this is because these channel tags are unique. No one else can have @TomCrown. No one else, like you said, can have quicker. This will somewhat combat people being imposters. That's the point, is that they're unique. Usernames were not unique. And so anybody can name themselves TomCrown, anybody can name themselves quicker. We could have a whole channel of it. And there's really no positive thing. There's no positive reason to do that. It just makes confusion at best, right? Or it's scamming at worst. All right, off of that. Doge to the moon. Go change. Yes, Johnny Crypto. Thank you, sir. This is correct. Tom said, "Hey, go change your stupid names so I can say them easier." Thank you for translating to precisely what I meant. Change your stupid names. I love you guys. I'm just playing. Okay. We have a bunch of coins to look at. Let's even refresh this because these coins may have changed. Dude, there's something wrong with the lighting today. Yeah, look at me. I'm like see-through. Hold up. Everything's darker in this room than it usually is. I don't know what happened here. Let's see if I can edit it on the fly. Kinda. Now it's all foggy. What is happening? Why is it so? Why is it so like this? I don't know. I didn't change anything. I'll figure it out for the next stream. CoinGecko giving us Filecoin. Let's open up Filecoin right now because I will be real with you. This has increased a lot since just opening the stream. I think it was at 90-ish%. Yeah. I think when we opened the stream, it was right here at $3. I'm going to watch this. I'm not being shady, not hiding it. I'm going to just remove everything from this old chart because it needs to be redone. And in fact, maybe, is there a, yeah, there's a full history. Here we go. It's not much different than Coinbase. I guess Coinbase must have immediately listed Filecoin. That's weird. For those of you who don't know, there is something here on TradingView. It's called crypto. It won't say an exchange. This is like the index or the full price history kind of stitched together. Typically, I like to use it because it gives you a better picture. Okay, let's look at this on the year. What has Filecoin been up to? Nothing good. Nothing good. Put this in some perspective. Remember what I was saying when we had ICP up is there's a lot of coins that are ripping, but that ripping might really not be bullishness. It might almost be the definition of like dead cat bounces. I'm not saying about Filecoin yet, but be aware that during that cascading crazy sell-off in October, a lot of resistance simply is just gone. A lot of the coins are just market sold probably at the bottom during that cascading event. And so that gives them just a free pass basically to rally. It takes very little volume, very little buying to push up price. And so you start to see these big rallies. The problem is that unless they gain traction from those pumps and people start actually investing, they really tend to just move to resistance and then fall back down. So be careful. Filecoin definitely one of them, and you can see this on the yearly chart, down 27%. It was down 28% last year. It is, I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah, it has dumped through the entire bull market. That's wild. And I remember when people were all about this coin. 6 month, okay, coming back $5. Like I like $5. Anytime I see $5 on a high time frame, I take it as a level. It's always a good one. Quarterly finally shaping up here. 62%. Jeez. Who here ever bought Filecoin? I probably did. I know I got at least like the free $5 Coinbase gave us. You guys remember Coinbase Earn? What a fun program. Too bad all of those coins they gave us, like every single one just went to like nothing. All of them went to like nothing. Thanks, Coinbase. Just giving us tax obligations. Okay, down to the month. Can't complain about that monthly candle, can you? Let's take our fib tool, take our local high, slap it on there. 618's right here. Okay. Go a little higher, see if that lines up. I think I'm just like fitting this to be what I want at that point. But I might choose to do that. That's within my right. Fire. Fire. All right, here, really quick, here's a great example of the fib tool. If you don't use the fib tool in your analysis, I don't know what you're doing. We have a great video in the free course that's on this channel. It's the #1 trading course on YouTube. We have multiple videos now with over 500,000 views. Let's go. Let's go. The fib tool, though, one of my favorite. Check this out. August 24's low to the rejection at the end of last year. Look at where this 1618 sits. That is bonkers, bro. That's bonkers. It wouldn't have sniped the bottom, but it would have given you 150 as a potential re-entry for selling at $3. Wow, that's fire. Oh. The fib tool is never to be discounted. Do not ever doubt the fib tool. Obviously a crazy monthly candle here, up 147%. I believe most of that is from today. Yeah, I mean, today is up 130%. So yeah, most of it is today. Market cipher B giving us potentially a bullish signal if we can hold on to these gains, not nuke by the end of the year, nuke by the end of the month. VWAP's up, money flow starting to curl, momentum's curling on the monthly time frame. That does not happen often. Last time it did happen for Filecoin, it immediately sold off after. Things to keep in mind. Get down to the week here quick. Getting across up on the Ichimoku Cloud weekly. I think that's signaling a $5 move. What do you guys think? Cross up under the cloud, weak bullishness, cloud sitting right there at the $5 mark. Multiple MA, 200 coming in. It might take a little time. 200 coming down like a jet fighter swooping in for a bombing. Right there at that $5 mark. I like that. A lot of confluence there. I can pretty confidently say if Filecoin can get above $5, I think it's going to accelerate. I'm not 100% confident that it will make it past $100 or $5 yet. Boom, right there. What if it was right here at the end of December too? Let's just leave a circle here for future us to be like, what are we looking at? Nope. Okay. Damn. I'm not touching this. You crazy degens out there, you do what you want. I'm not touching this, dude. This thing is up. Immediate first impressions here is buying up. We don't like doing that. I don't like doing that. But immediate first impression is $3 could be an entry. You see this relax. You see the frenzy of buying here. Likely take a breather over the weekend or even reverse later today. $3 or $2.90. Looking like a solid entry. This was resistance forever. It was support forever. Then it broke, became resistance for like a year. Capitulation, manipulation, breakthrough, backtest. This is beautiful. Whether it moves up here to there or even reverses here, this would be a great play. I don't know. So we got an alert for something else. Okay. I actually really like the timing. It looks like 200 comes down if this takes a few weeks. The 50 comes into the $3 mark for the support. Maybe you hit the 200, bounce to the 50. That's reading really far ahead. Let's stay here. Let's stay here in the moment. 200 day maybe giving us a little bit lower. 240. Don't love it. RSI into the overbought status. That's the first step to actually being bullish. That MACD momentum. It's the first time this thing's seen any momentum since the start of the year. Market cipher is looking hella good. So on the day, yeah, market cipher is juicing. Money flow curling over VWAP higher high. I wouldn't look for a short yet. I wouldn't look for a short on this yet. I would be patient. Look for the lower potential entry on a long. You know, let's just set these up this way. Or be patient. It's funny how it always starts with be patient. And then look for that potential short at 5. 5 is great. 5 is just so successful. Such a successful number in trading. 5 and 10. 1, 5, and 10. Filecoin's blasting. Who has this? I actually don't know if I do. Can we cover ADA at last Gibba? Yeah, we'll look at ADA. I want to look at these other coins that we haven't looked at in a long time that are moving. I will tell you, I did see ADA earlier, and I remember, it was memorable, that it has recovered from the level we talked about on Tuesday, being like, dude, ADA cannot go lower. I don't think it traded lower. Like, it cannot go lower, or it is just cooked looking. It bounced from like that 50-cent area, wicking up. So that is not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. Okay, Filecoin. Who has this? Anybody have a few, DOS Peach? My guy, Mr. Peach. Phil, not going to tell, but let's go. Hey, never tell your holdings. When I say, do you have it? Don't tell me how much. Don't say numbers. You can just be like, yeah, I got some. That's all I want to know. Litecoin gang. Yeah, maybe we can go to Litecoin. It is one of the bigger pumpers today. Fake pump people are saying, maybe you're just tuning in. If you're just tuning in, welcome. If you're new to the channel, double welcome. Why don't you subscribe and stay a while? Stay a while and listen. Stay a while and listen. I'm 𝐒𝐴𝐻. As I'm getting older, I'm 𝐒𝐴𝐻. I talked about all of these rallies that we're going to look at today. They are likely fueled less by bullish energy or momentum and more by simple capitulation of their order books. October 10th's sell-off nuked everything. It removed so much weight in the form of resistance, in the form of limit sell orders, by stop losses being triggered and people panic selling. Those coins being sold at the bottom releases that weight, weakens resistance above at every single level. And it even can create bullish momentum. It can, by people noticing the pump and FOMOing in, or even by people who got stopped, seeing it pump past where they got stopped and them jumping back in. Neither of those are super organically bullish. You know, they're not like what you want to see. But I would agree that a lot of these pumps, and we won't really know which is which, but a lot of these pumps probably won't last. These look a lot like short squeezes. Short squeezes in crypto almost always get sold off. You want to see a short squeeze? Look at when CZ tweeted about Aster. Perfect example of a short squeeze. It's like perfect example. It spikes up and just comes right back down. Filecoin. BTC at Zcash, yes. I spent a while on Zcash already. Who wants to see near? Dude, this like background is tripping me out. Why is it doing this? I'm not, like, why? It's the same lighting. It's the same green screen. Maybe. Nope. See, then you start seeing through. Whatever. We'll fix it later. The white background makes it worse. Like that. My OCD is telling. What do we want to look at next? Near, render, eth, or dot. Put it in the chat. Type 1 in the chat. Analysis on link, maybe. Filecoin still needs 100% move to reach this year's high. Yeah, it is still down. I don't remember the exact level. Store J. Those aren't the options, but whatever. If you want to see it, you can put it in the chat. Do a little spamming. No, $5. So it doesn't need 100% move. It needs to literally hit the short target. It needs to hit 5. Extended cycle enable, Mr. T. It's possible. It's possible. I'm not ready to say it quite yet. Near, render, and dot. Not helpful, Bad Fox. I appreciate you. ZEC, please. We did look at ZEC. Naruto. I would go back. DVR is enabled. You can scroll back. BTC ZEC we didn't look at. We can look at that. Descartes was a very smart dude. What's up, crypto area? Again, Clash. Clash is not really doing anything. Near. I think I saw near the most. Near. I saw near the most. We'll do near next. Remember, we're gonna do most of these. We're not just doing one. It's not like we're doing one and we're quitting. We just started streaming, boys. I said I would cover multiple of these today, and a few other ones that aren't even running today. Yeah. Using Grok is the way. It is the way. Near BTC. All right. A little recovery there. Near instantly just doesn't look that interesting to me, does it? Right into the last candle. Inside October's candle with its low and its high still. directly at resistance. A lot of these charts I have not looked at or opened in many, many moons. And so I should do a little maintenance on them. That looks fair. That looks valid. 6 looks valid. Even this looks valid. Hold up. LTC. Litecoin is doing all right. It's doing all right. Doing okay. The bias is insane. Clashes up more than XRP. Sure, it's not doing anything. Sweeney, I haven't looked at XRP, so I don't know what you're talking about, brother. I don't know what you're talking about there. The bias is insane. I haven't even said the words XRP. Y'all are crazy today. Y'all crazy today. Okay, I'll keep 2. I'll probably move this down a nudge. Not that it's super relevant. I will right off the bat say NEAR has survived October. It got delisted. Oh no, this is the core. It survived October much better than most. Hitting $1.50. Holding on to its low from the year before. Nowhere near its all-time low. It's kind of interesting. I don't think I own any NEAR. I only own FAR. Wherever you are. There we go. I'm going to move this over here, and things start to look much cleaner. Things look much cleaner here. Don't need that. Perfect. NEAR held its low well, but this rally hasn't gotten it anywhere. It's kind of just spinning its wheels. It's not far from making a meaningful move, but at the moment, kind of just spinning its wheels here. Momentum, looking to roll over again. I don't know if I believe it quite yet. I don't know if I quite believe it. But right back to 282, a level that it has tested virtually every single month this year, minus January. Did close above 2, started the new month, and moved up. So in 2 November, got a little bullish energy going on. I don't know if I'm convinced that this isn't just a squeeze yet. Ooh. The 200 and 100 weekly moving averages on NEAR sitting right around that $4 mark. Now that is a it's not a death cross, but it's a bearish cross. Is an attractive level. You can see that it hasn't interacted with the 100 or 200 week. So that means really like 1 year or 2 years of price action average since the beginning of this year when it fell through both. I think that this is a pretty attractive price for liquidity. I wouldn't be surprised to see NEAR move towards $4. Where is my Where are my indicators? Wouldn't be surprised. Still definitely inside, still even today on this pump, under 283. Be good to see today's daily close above 283. I think that'd be a good sign that we're looking for that 4. I would not take the long here. I've been saying that about everything. This is a potential play 250, just where these daily moving averages are bundled up. I don't know how I'm feeling about that. I almost would rather take the short. 282 is resistance. This short, may very well get nuked. That is the game we play. Let's fit it for risk to reward 1-to-1. That's fine. Looking to go long here, I think, is even more risky than many of the charts we've looked at, simply because 282, 283 has acted as resistance on high time frames all year. This rally is great. 34% on the day is huge. But I'm a little skeptical on it until it can close above 283, 282. I'd rather wait and potentially look for a back test of this level of support to move to 4 than to simply rip it right here at resistance to see it move back to these averages, then look to get, then look to make its move up. The short here is probably higher risk simply because things are ripping, and when the market is trending up, taking shorts is a rough game. But I think either of those are potential trades that someone could take. Please don't take what I say as financial advice. These are just hypotheticals to help you see what I see. So we got anything here at all? I still don't love where it's at. This is like, it reminds me of the ICP play. It reminds me of exactly on Tuesday when we saw it rallying like crazy right to resistance. It looked like it was going to keep going, but it tapped it and just instantly lost its mojo for the next few hours, right? That's why top blast in here likely just resulted in getting stopped out and then missing the rally. Yeah, got vibes like that. Close above 283, prove me wrong. You know what I mean? This doesn't look bad on the hourly. This very well may look to continue. It's just not the risk. It's not the play that I like. I don't like to chase things up. I like to be patient. Got alert set. Who owns near? Anybody? This run, you don't care what people say. ICP is gonna run. I hope it does, man. I hope all of our bags run. We did look at the short on ICP on Tuesday, and it was the right move to then close it early. But it doesn't look bad now. It doesn't look bad now. I think maybe in the short term you do see further downside, but I mean, I think you're at least gonna tap 9 if you're not looking to hit some of these more historic, bigger numbers. I hope everything runs. There's like nothing I hope doesn't run. I want everyone's bags to run. I don't know who asked about ADA. Here you go. ADA on Tuesday, we were looking at this and saying, man, if you lose 50 cents here, if you close down, it just looks so bad. It doesn't even, it's not like the end of the world, but it just looks like things are going to take so much longer. The bullish momentum is again reset. ADA has had a great reaction to this 50 cent level. This is exactly what I wanted to see. The higher up ADA closes on this week, I think the better and more likely this is just a bear trap, a bounce, and at least looking to come back to those highs. 82, 83. See what happens there. What's up next? What's up? Roan83 super chatted. Can I look at virtual a few seconds ago? What's virtual doing? Let me look at these other super chats because apparently I missed them. I'm an asshole. It didn't play them. I don't know what's going on with this. 40 minutes ago, I'm sorry, Philippe. Super chatted 7 Canadian dollars. It's because of me, guys. Took one for the team 2 days ago, including near. Isn't it crazy how that happens? It's crazy, dude. You can hold a bag forever, and you hold it for years, and you see it go down, and you're way underwater, and you finally get to this point where you're just like, I don't even care anymore. I'm just gonna sell it. I'm down like 90%, and it's the next day you sell it. You sell it, and it just immediately goes up after years of it not going up. Humans, we are very predictable creatures in herds. As individuals, we're incredibly unpredictable. But as a herd, like as a group, we're incredibly predictable. You are not the only one. It didn't do it because you did it. It did it because many people felt that way. Muhammad Ali subscribed. What's up, brother? Enrin subscribed. 2in01 Cal super chatted 50 CKZs. Can look at ADA. I don't know what CKZs are. This is like all the real analysis for me is ADA turned around where it needed to turn around until further notice. It's like don't trade below 51, and I will come back to you when you're up here, when you're above this box or below this box. But in between, you're ranging. It's good that you turned around when you did. You needed to, or things were going to look really bad. But there's not much to, I feel like there's not much to look for. If you can retake a high for once, you know, you've been seeing a series of lower highs and lower lows. It's been downtrending since the end of last year. If you can see it retake a high, things look very good for a breakout. I haven't lost hope that ADA could do numbers this round, but I'm just was not really excited. Likely to just see it float back up. You can run into a little local daily resistance here, like 62 cents. Maybe take a little pit stop. But yeah, as long as you're above 50 and below 80, you're just here. You're just in this range. And I don't know if there's really going to be analysis that will like be very like super meaningful. Hold up. Death crossed. Here's some hopium news. I'll take that. I'll give you that. Here's some hopium news. ADA death crossed, and the death cross happened at the exact bottom of price. It happened exactly on November 3rd. I actually might tweet this. This is a good tweet. If I tweet this, the ADA community, you better hype it up. Death cross occurred at the exact bottom in price. And when we've seen that this cycle, like on Bitcoin, we're looking for that to happen on Bitcoin even now. It has marked the bottom. We've seen rallies. My only concern is the 200 sits here at 75 cents. And so what do? You bottom here, you go to 75. And if you don't break through, you know, you're still at that lower high. Yeah. But that death cross is actually kind of cool. So keep my eye on that. I'll set an alert. 62 cents. What's up, McPooch? Member for 10 months. Tillin, I love you, brother. Nice little rallies. It'd be a shame if something happened here. Nice little rallies here, crypto. Dun dun dun. Ethereum says no thanks. Says I'm gonna keep rallying. Solana, XRP. The big caps are even locally looking bully. Retaking some of these highs that we've had over the last few days. Still underneath kind of their bounce highs. Ethereum, they'd be like 3,500. Bitcoin would be 104.6. XRP, it's like 269. Nice. $64 Solana. Still underneath those highs, but yep, I'll take the pattern change from lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low to lower low, higher high, right? So however high you can make it here, and you'd be looking for a higher low, and you can begin that short time frame uptrend. Roan virtual. Those are virtual. Dooku. What's MYRs? You guys with your funny monies. What is MYRs? It's probably like some very real currency that I just made a fool of myself talking about. Roan's virtual. I really wanted to do the coins that we're running today. The spicy ones. The spicies. Damn. That's a crazy wick. I'll look at virtual for you quick. Track, please. Bones Jones, I want to do the ones that are running. Okay. It's kind of cool. In the sense of virtual did that harpish pattern, whatever you call it. But it did manage to break through highs. Now it is pulling back a little bit here after hitting 190. Without even really going into it. $1, man. I love trades at $1. I love seeing price come back to $1, and I love seeing price go to $1. There is almost always a trade to be made. Almost always. When $1 is in play, or $10 or $100 or whatever, penny. This lower high, lower low. This would be a nice descending pattern. Now you could look to take to 233. That's a pretty big gain. Stop loss, I guess, down here. Stop loss is the hard part for all of these. It's like the logical point would be directly underneath this flag. That also feels like exactly where you would go to snipe longs because it's so obvious. But then what do? Underneath the wick? You still get a 1.8. That's wild. You still get a 1.8 under the wick. But that's 71% drawdown, 127% upside. That's actually not that. It's not that crazy. Certainly not for leverage. Not a position for leverage, but I don't hate it. Let's see what happens there. If it ignores all my doodles, which sometimes the markets do, I know. My doodle powers are limited. 233, the target for the long, resistance above. Makes perfect sense. This was your high earlier in May. You could look for a short there. You could look for re-entry there if it's broken and backtested. Yeah, virtual. I don't own any of this. I know I don't own any of this. Not knowingly. 233. 233 is a great target. Breaking it is probably difficult. If you do, $4 looks very on deck. But 233 is going to have sellers. That's going to be the in my opinion, for virtual, $1 and 233. This is the battleground. Whichever side wins is going to take the level and probably see continuation. I might take this if it hits $1. I love trades at $1. Okay. R is up. Y'all, you guys were R and we were looking at R what? On Tuesday. It was down here looking like crap. It's popping back up. Doodle, signal, control. Bro, the institution is pumping Zcash, Filecoin. The institution? Which one? Oh, this is a institution. I was like, which one? Filecoin is ripping. And is it institutions? I don't know. Institutions. This is like just how crypto usually looks, really. Maybe that's the craziest part of all of this. This is more like the crypto that I remember than anything we've seen in years. Even all of the bear market was really not like crypto, not like previous runs. We have looked at Render many a times this year, and every single time you guys were probably annoyed with me because I just kept talking about this. Just kept saying, man, it's not interesting to me. It's ranging, it's bear flagging. There's nothing to look for. Little did I know, October would come and Render would make it to 50 cents. Holy shit. Quite a bounce that day. Man, already back to $2. So it went from 50 cents up 400%, 300% that day to close at 228. That's a crazy capitulation. That is all long stopped. Probably massive short positions. Stop lost. Sold at the bottom. Now you're bouncing. 292. Let's see what I can divine in the cards. What's in here? 360. 360 looks like a good upside target. We're at 290. It's not a crazy call to see 360, 28%. It's the second time ever. Here you go. You want some hopium? Here's a little hopium for your Render boys. I know you Render boys are out there. This is the second time ever that Render has gotten on the weekly Market Cipher B's green dot. Second time ever. It's a pretty bullish signal. Nothing's perfect. I use Market Cipher all the time. I think it's great. Nothing's perfect, but second time ever. Momentum's pinched. VWAP's at the 0 line. Money flow, despite that crazy low, that crazy wick, still didn't hit lower. This looks pretty prime. The last time I got that signal, this is what I was getting at, is right here in June of 22. That was the last time the weekly dot appeared. It didn't go to the moon instantly, but it did mark the bottom. I don't think that's a bad bet. I don't think 50 cents gets hit. 50 cents is unlikely to break anytime soon. Maybe in the peak of the bear market for Render. And if we have a bear market on time next year, like we expect, maybe you're looking at 50 cents, but no time soon. You're already above 250. Weezers. Monthly's not quite there yet. Bond. I should put on music. I'm on music. It's Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. I don't think I have like a trade for you. I don't have like an entry. Maybe I'm missing something, and I will warn you guys as we go on. This is why I don't like doing tons and tons and tons of charts, even though you guys always want me to do tons and tons of charts. Is as we go on, your brain is a muscle. Your analysis is a muscle. As you use it, it strengthens, but it gets tired, and you can't do the task as well. So it's like each chart from the beginning, as we go on, typically, it's like a little handicap. Like I'm not as sharp. I'm not seeing as many things. We've done a decent amount already. I think I'm going to stick with that. The like 360-ish up here. Maybe a back test of this bear flag trend line that we saw. I think that's a good target. Good luck on an entry though. Like, where are you going to enter? Like that. I can see that. What do you guys think about Render? I know a lot of people like Render. You quit trying to analyze, just buy and hold. Drogue 96. Some of the best advice there is, man. Some of the best advice there is. We have preached that a lot on this channel. The problem is that preaching holding just doesn't really make good daily content. You know, I love Bitcoin. I highly encourage everybody to buy and hold Bitcoin. DCA, stack it over time. That's what I do. But the content would be really, it's already boring. Let's be real. It's already boring, and it would be crazy boring if that's all I ever talked about. That's often a reason we look at charts or even look at trades is simply to get our mind off of whatever it is, you know, off of maybe the boredom of the market, the scariness of the market, to try to bring in the chaotic energy and make it feel, or even if it's just appear, a little bit more controlled, so that we can have a more stable mental health, stable outlook on things. Yeah, but buying and holding, man, it is incredibly difficult to beat buying and holding when it comes to Bitcoin. Everything else, you're on your own. If you want to buy and hold and DCA other coins, you're on your own. I'm only talking about Bitcoin. It's the only thing I would ever recommend to anybody who asks me. What did we miss? Analysis on Lincoln Sui. Yes. What's up, UTF8? Thanks for subscribing, brother. I don't think the alert box is working at all, but I appreciate you and everybody else who subscribed today. Keep subscribing, following, tapping the screen, liking, joining the Discord. Also, while I'm waiting for this to load, sign up with BYDFi, our exchange partner. The link's in the video description below. There are no KYC. Get some bonuses and perks for using my link. And the best offer that I can give you that no one else gives you. I've never heard anyone else offer this. If you use my link, honestly, with anything, if you use my link to sign up for something and you have an issue, so you sign with BYDFi, I've never heard anyone complain, but if you had an issue with them, you deposit, I don't know, something weird, fishy, you can't get it resolved. If you're in our Discord, join the Discord, open a ticket, and just say, hey, this is the issue. I will advocate for you. I will go to them and say, someone who signed up using my link is having this issue. What's going on? And you better believe I get answers quick. They like me. I get answers quick, but that is a huge value because everyone knows customer service sucks on those things. It's not unique to any exchange. They're all terrible. It's all AI and shit. But I will go to bat for you. So there you go. You'll also get into the VIP rooms in our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. So check it out, BYDFi. All right. Sui did not continue down yet as far as we were looking last time. 236. Looks like it's rallying to 236. Still resistance. This was where I was looking to take profit on that position. Potentially could be a short. 236. Yeah, potentially. Is the bottom in? I don't know, man. Nobody ever knows. No one ever knows the bottom is in. There are two types of people. There are people who admit that nobody knows. Well, no one knows when the bottoms are in, their tops are in. And then there are people who lie about knowing. And that's it. There's only two types of people. This is what I'd be looking for. I think realistically, 236, that here's your range. Break 236, you can move to the 200-day, 334. You have some tough resistance at 412. That was our take profit for all these longs earlier. Is the bottom in? I have no idea. I have no idea, man. If it hits 150, I might look for a position. I could maybe play the short at 236. I'm probably not gonna personally, but I appreciate you, 𝐒𝐿86. What is up, my guy? Subscribing. Hey, it is Oregon. I can't pronounce your name. I don't even know how to say those letters, but I appreciate the international viewers, my guys. What's up, Nick? What is up? Litecoin. Litecoin. WLD is moving. You're right. 2020 tops just now. That doesn't. Power friend. How could Bitcoin literally reject from any high time frame right now trend line if it's down here? Unless that trend line is like this, right? Like underneath all this price. From the 2021 tops. Does it cut through? Maybe if it cuts through price. You got to be careful with these kind of big time frame things. Big time frame trend lines. On every exchange, they're going to be different. The farther apart 2 points are, the more distortion, the less variance in price there needs to be for distortion of where that looks. And the farther out you go, the more distortion. The farther and farther you get away. You gotta be careful. This is how I would place it. Maybe you're looking on regular. Regular is a little more bully looking, I think. Logarithmic looks fine. I know a lot of people were doing this one. A lot of people were like looking at 17 into 21. You gotta be careful because almost every time you'll see a chart like this on Twitter, like you see how annoying I am and how like OCD I am with like placing these. When you see a chart like that on Twitter where it's like connecting major highs of cycles, you gotta be careful because people will just slap those lines on to make them fit. And like I said, the farther out you go, the more distortion there is. And so you can make anything fit. Like this does fit pretty good. This fits pretty good. What's interesting is we hit here and now maybe looking for support here. That is interesting. This fits pretty good. But a lot of the time, you'll just, and when I say a lot of time, virtually every time, you'll just see people put them on roughly. And then they'll be like, look at how crazy this is, right? And it's like, yeah, dude, but you just kind of like put them there. They're like kind of near the prices or kind of near the dates. So what is it really showing? It's a good question. That is a spooky chart on regular. That is shitty on regular. 1, 2, 3. Tap, tap, tap. Man, it'll feel good once we break that trend line. Please just break that trend line. I always use logarithmic charts though. So yeah, in my placement, I couldn't find what you're talking about. But it was a good excuse to ramble about nerdy chart stuff, so I appreciate you. Binance USD perp chart, yeah. So again, depending on if I were to pull up Kraken or if I pull up Binance, I pull up anything. Femex's USDC chart, like that trend line is going to be different on all of them. I mean, it's going to be different on all of them. That's why I think it is a good idea to stay consistent and use the same exchange. Personally, I recommend using Coinbase's BTC USD, mostly because it's like the major spot market. I think spot is more important than perps. That's an old thought though, and maybe over time perps are becoming more important than spot. I don't know. If you're going to use perps, I would likely use like Binance's Bitcoin USDC because that'd be the highest volume perp. But keep it consistent. That's what I was saying, is the only thing you don't want to do is to be changing it around to fit your narrative, to like cherry pick whatever works and then be like, see, this is it. And it's like, you're just finding what you want to find. And that's why people a lot of people have issue with charting and trading, is because you can find whatever it is that you want to find on a chart if you're looking for it. When you get good, you learn to recognize when you're just finding things you want to find, and you learn to catch yourself, and you set up, I don't know, like ritual or like kind of like a protocol of how you do things, and you do it consistently, and that'll help you avoid that. Refresh. Clash stopped us out by a penny. Way to go, George. I feel like George is watching this stream and he just stopped me out so he can laugh at me. I still think this was the right play. Still think that's the right play. Did not literally move like this. but I still think that was the right play. We called for not longing back here on October when it tapped the high. We called not to long it. Said I'd rather wait, look for the back test. This is kind of a testimony to a lot of the analysis that we've done today. We're seeing things run. It's very tempting to simply long them, to top blast them. It feels in the moment that it's right, and every once in a while it does work out. But this is a little testimony. This was in real time. We were like, no, let's wait for the pullback, and it was like, well, that's not going to happen. We're at all-time. We're like at all-time high. It's at 8.5 cents. It's not going to go back to 4.5 cents. Almost every time that you see something run and it catches your eye, it pulls back to the previous major level. Almost every time. Stopped out, retesting. This looks pretty good. I'm surprised at this chart. Wouldn't blow my mind to see this happen. Wouldn't blow my mind. If I opened a position now or had, I would likely look to close it at 8.3 cents. That would paint a pretty picture. Anyway, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on that. Yeah, look at Filecoin. We did some time on the Filecoin. Look at that, near already retreating. Oh, would you look at, dude, this is aging so well. We went live at the perfect time today. Aging so well. I think we saw this. I think we were looking at this like right here. That was, oh, yeah, 30 minutes ago, probably. Aging so well. Looking for that pullback. I think 291 is still very aggressive, but at least it's not top blasting. At least you're not buying the top of a green candle. You're waiting for some kind of pullback. Having a hell of a day though. Still 33% on the 4-hour candle over the last 3 hours. He'll make Clash work, sure. Dexum, I'm not. It's not about George. I like George. George and I are friends. It's not about George. It's what is there to make work over time, you know? Like in 5 years, what is there to do? What is this doing? I don't know. I think there are trades there. If you're having fun with it, you know, have fun with it. Just don't be stupid, you know? The long game there or is not there. That's my opinion. I practically didn't even look at Litecoin. I didn't yet. I didn't look at it. You're right. You are correct. We've looked at a lot of coins, and we're not done. I look at Litecoin every single day, my friend. Every single day of my entire life, Litecoin haunts me. Damn. Dot, I hate you. I'm just kidding. Stop this out of 3, son of a bitch. Look at that. Had you had a limit buy spot order on DOT, you would have filled at $2. That would have been great. WLD. Nah, this kind of looks like shit still. Better than I thought. WLD, I'm biased against this coin. I'm biased against more than one coin. I'm biased against it. A chart is a chart, though. This just felt so weird to me. As a crypto OG, man, it's like, we're going to scan your eyeball. Yeah, pass, bro. Pass on that. No, thank you. No. It's like the opposite of privacy. Okay, dollar's a good target. It's always a good target. Dollar, it's 15% ish up from here. Maybe 105. If it even closes up here, yeah, 105. Dailies are there. Ooh. I'm not totally convinced. I'm not unconvinced that this won't just sell off even today. It's gonna like close underneath the trend line. Not convinced. 21% of the day. Everything's running. Wild. Nice 4 hour. You can see the 4 hour did open below the trend though. I'd look for $1 upside. Look for a $1 upside if you're long on it. I don't even know if I want to look at that. Funny, we got wrecked there. Wrecked by October 10th. A lot of trades got wrecked there. But it is kind of looking like that level. You've seen a good amount of that today too. It's looking like that level might be reversible. Might be reversible. Something like that. Pretty close to it too. Am I in any trades, Steve? Yeah, but very, very few. Incredibly few. The only trade that I've opened since October 10th was live with you guys. Here we go. We opened this trade live on Tuesday. You guys, I asked you if I should do it, and you guys said, if I don't do it, I got no balls. It was ballsy. We did it. We opened hella good, though. I did close half this position. I wanted to share that with you guys. I closed half of this position, mostly because I'm a little bitch. I decided to practice what I preached. I opened it, and I was like, hey, I'm up in good profit really quickly. I'm not going to close the whole thing because I remain bullish. I'm not going to close the whole thing, but I'm going to just do as I always regret not doing, which is just taking a little off the table. So you can see we realized 3,000. I don't remember what this was at before. And it's still up 100%, about 2K. This is one of the only trades I'm in right now. Because October 10th stopped me out of a lot of them. I took that one live. I appreciate you guys egging me on. Appreciate egging me on. I would have taken that. All right, Litecoin. Before people start saying about Litecoin hater, Jesus. Can you imagine? Tom Crown, the Litecoin hater. I hate its price action at times, that's for sure. Battling it out at 100. I should make that tweet. Litecoin. November 25, $100. October 25, $100. July 25, $100. March 25. April, February 25. January 25. $100, $100. Oh man. Ooh, we laugh through the pain. Like we do. What is this? 92. I still think this is not a bad idea. We saw on the monthly time frame some convergence of the 20, 100, 50. Charts don't even have a 200 or 100 monthly moving average. Should act as support. If we lose this, it just feels so cooked. Bounced a little bit, held the low from last month, moved back up to 108, a level we love rejecting from, unfortunately. Whenever this does rip, it's gonna rip. It's gonna blow your face off. I have no idea when that'll be. I've been waiting years. Litecoin remains, in my opinion, one of the most bullish looking macro charts that exist. It's just one giant higher low flat top. It's at the bottom of that range still. That could suggest that it's at value. It's at discount. Return to the top of the range is like a 4x. I just have no idea when it's going to happen. I do believe it's going to happen. Nothing has changed my mind here. Maybe if like Litecoin, I don't know, nukes out of the sky, trades below 40, like breaks June's low here, it doesn't look quite the same. But so far, every time it sells off, even in October, it just keeps moving up. Just keeps trudging up. You can say, I don't think it looks bullish. What do you mean? What are you talking about? And then I would slap you. I would slap the words out of your mouth. Back in 24, I was making this comparison. This was before XRP ran. I was making this comparison, saying XRP and Litecoin look exactly the goddamn same on high time frames. Exactly the same. The only difference, I guess, was Litecoin had more like a double top here versus the lower high. But it's still the same concept, right? You put in a low and you just kept trudging up. You remained at the bottom of that at discount the whole time until you blasted off. I truly thought that XRP going was going to be Litecoin was next. I wasn't right there. But I still think Litecoin resolves the same way. I still think Litecoin will make that big blow up move. Probably FOMO at the top and then go sideways. I'll be waiting. I'll be here. You know I'll be the first talking about it. I've been talking about it on this channel for almost 7 years. We're going to be a 7-year-old channel in June of 26. Like six and change now. Ooh, this is the pain. This is the pain. Hopefully this ends up looking like this. It's like very similar. It's like the same concept, right? This is why I get excited when old coins run, because you see this same pattern of they basically come from their all-time high against Bitcoin, and then they spend all the years, 2017, all the way to September 25, 3,200 days, bleeding against Bitcoin until they pop. We just haven't seen many of these pop like this. So I want ZEC to keep going. I want XRP to keep going because I think it suggests that others will. Others, including, of course, Litecoin, whatever else, just down and to the right until they pop. The more charts that have years and years and years like this down that pop and make big moves, the more confident I'm going to be that others will. At the beginning of the stream, I said I would talk about other privacy narrative coins. Here's the G, Monero. Here's the G, man. Monero, probably the only chart that I would say is like maybe more bullish than Litecoin in the macro. Look at this shit. Look at this cracked out chart, man. Cracked out. Look at that. Like same highs as Litecoin, but never gave back. Didn't give back as much. Held that low. Huge cup and handle. Basically hit all-time high earlier this year. Held a higher low again directly at previous resistance, and now it's trucking up. I don't know how long it's going to take to do it, but I fully expect Monero will rip all-time highs and it will be very spicy. Very, very spicy. Very, very spicy. It's coming. It's coming eventually. $206. We've been live like an hour and a half now. We go down now, probably. Link, just because you've asked all stream, 𝐂𝐚𝐫𝐷, and because I remember you from Tuesday and you were hyping us up. I'll pull it up. I should have put on music. I made that mistake. It's Friday. Made that mistake, son of a bitch. It's too late now. There's no point. Kind of the same situation as Tuesday. Has anything changed at all? Where are we at? Okay, because you got a little pop. Got 8% move. 1691. See what happens. Support, breakdown. See what happens. There's a lot of charts. We look at a bunch of charts that are just like this. Said the same thing for all of them. If you want to look for a short, you look there. Or you want to be a little more patient, you look for like the range high up here, 1995. You want to look for a long, I think you wait. I think you wait for a breakthrough, back test, or a rejection, higher low. Whew. 1691 just does look very juicy. Looks very juicy. I don't know where I would short this to. I don't know what price. It does look juicy. This daily 𝐂𝐡 cloud, boom, your 𝐒𝐈𝐆𝐍s are right there. You do have, I'll give you this. This is the one thing that I will be bullishy on. You do have this here. It's kind of a rare-ish signal in Ichimoku. It's a weakness in the cloud. Weakness in the cloud typically is a moment in time and price. 4D space, man. That we do tend to see coins rip. We see them run through. The clouds get thinner, they twist, and they can offer up these little moments. I love Ichimoku Cloud. What is it? Like November 8th, November 9th, this weekend. Keep an eye on Link this weekend. That's what I'll say. Keep an eye on Link this weekend. That little tear. Let's see. You can see back here. Here's not exactly the same, but kind of the same concept. July of 25, cloud got very thin. And what happened? It was sitting underneath a very thick, heavy cloud. Moved up. As soon as that thinned out, boom, price went right to it. Moved through. Here's an example of it not working out. Here's a little thinness in the cloud. Price was not interested. Not interested at the time. Here you go, buddy. I promise I'll keep an eye. Actually, I will watch Link this weekend. $19 right here. Let's see. What do we got? Bitcoin flagging out on the 5. Ethereum maybe flagging out on the 5. Solana. XRP. No problem, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We've been live for quite a bit. Are we bully on this mini pump, Calizo? I mean, I never unbullied. I never unbullied. I'm bully. I never was not bully. I'm bully. He said. It's definitely not the reaction I wanted, but I'll take it. I don't think it would be crazy. I don't think it would be crazy to see 98.2 just like tapped maybe over the weekend. Just like liquidity wick. I don't think that's crazy, but that's also very not scary. Might be scary in the moment, but it's virtually the same price. It's kind of strange that we didn't break that low. It might be a sign of strength, or it might be a sign that it's just going to come. I think I have one more thing that I can remember that I really wanted to show you. Little alpha for everybody who made it this far. Hour and a half into the stream. I've been talking to you guys about volatility, the chart of volatility a good amount. We actually, I believe we started talking about it earlier than October 10th. I don't remember, but at the latest October 10th, and that volatility, in my opinion, was beginning to uptrend, leaving a very long-term downtrend. I think we're still seeing that. I believe we are. The lows of volatility through July and September, which are some very historically low volatility lows, all came up. They came up through October. On the crash, we blasted. Those volatility did settle back down into the end of October. You can see it still held higher lows, and into November, you've already seen a higher high in this local time. Our low closed yesterday up higher again. I think we are starting to see this. I think we are going to see volatility pick up as early as into this weekend. Maybe it's next week. Maybe it coincides or correlates with this event. Happening next week, probably. Bitcoin death cross. Next week. The longer time we spent down here, the 50 has been pulled down more. I expect volatility to spike probably early next week. If not over the weekend, early next week. Hopefully. Yeah, it looks like this. Hopefully. We'll see. But volatility is continuing that uptrend, and I'm paying attention to it. I think you should too. It's suggesting something. You can really see a difference. Like look from April all the way until October of this year. Look at this. Look at this zero volatility. This was the vacation. Bitcoin took a vacation. It's back from vacation, boys. And it's just in time to complete the 4-year cycle, to have crazy moves into the end of the 4-year cycle. All right. All right. It's Friday. Go have fun. Go out to the bars. Go drink. Go be with friends. If you don't drink, that's fine too. Go be with friends. Get your minds off the charts. Have your alerts set. You got an alert for R again, 782. Have your alerts set. Be in our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. You're at work. Leave work. Walk out of work right now. If your boss questions you, say Tom Crown told me to leave. Told me I could go, you know? And you can be like, he's your boss, so take it up with him. Have fun this weekend. Take care of yourselves, guys. If you're having trouble, if you're feeling panicked, feeling FOMO, take a breath, walk away from the chart, do something else, take a walk, talk to a lady, talk to a boy, play a video game, high five a stranger, you know, whatever it is, get away from the charts. Allow your brain to disconnect and relax, leave that flight or fight mode, and then contemplate that decision again. And if you still think it's a good idea, follow through with it. You'll find that often you will change your mind. Decisions made in the moment, in panic, or in FOMO are virtually the wrong decision every time, if not every time. So avoid that. Those are my leaving thoughts with you today. I love you all. Happy Friday. We'll be live again on Monday at the latest. If something real spicy happens, we'll be live this weekend. So keep an eye out, keep notifications on, be subscribed. Jump in the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown, and I love you guys. I will catch you soon. Crown out.